Howdy, Possum Patty here. It is September 11th and I am nature journaling. I came out into the yard over here by this ferry and I said, ew, something smells like it died. And I took a short walk and the smell was getting stronger. And then I saw this huge patch of devil fingers. And this whole big patch of devil fingers smells like a dead, rotting corpse. And this black sticky stuff, I guess, is where the spores are. And the smell attracts flies. And when they come to it, the black sticky stuff sticks to them. And then they spread the spores that way. But there's a whole patch of them. There's more along the rock. Little ones coming up over here. All the way back over there. A few over here. Coming up. Whole patch of them. And if you look closely at them, you can see the little egg that they come out of. Down here. This is the little egg that the devil's fingers pop up out of. This is a fungus, mushroom. A very stinky one. With this many of them over here, wow, it really does stink. P.U. I didn't draw the devil's fingers because I had just drawn them the other day. I drew them on this page that I had used watercolor pencils on. But today I'm painting my sketches with gouache because the gouache was on my desk because I had painted the page I did on September 9th. I headed out into the clearing to check on some plants that were blooming. I wanted to get away from that awful smell of the devil's fingers. Well, back here in the clearing, it looks like some fleabane. And some of that sweet everlasting here next to all this pilewort that has these fluffy dandelion-like heads on it. Well, it smells much better back here in the clearing, but the clearing's not very clear anymore. There are some smartweeds. Pink ones. These are the dark pink ones. I think these are the ones that stand up straight. There's some goldenrod. This is the flat top goldenrod. And this one is, I think, the wrinkle-leaved. Although it has a smooth stem, so it's probably a different one. But look at the size of the gall on this one. While I was out there, I was able to get a picture of a butterfly that I saw the other day. This is the Pearl Crescent Butterfly. That whole patch of cinnamon ferns all brown. It was time to take a walk up the lane to get the mail, and I found a wonderful mushroom, a large puffy mushroom. I love finding these fat puffy mushrooms along the lane. This one, the stem is a little bit reddish. The top looks like it was brown, but it has all these teeth marks on it where something's been gnawing away at it. I guess it's edible for something. And where it was chewed on the side, it has this dark blue stain to it. This is one of the bolete mushrooms. There are several different kinds that stain blue when you crush them or cut them. Also along the lane, I found some devil's beggarticks. This is in the sunflower or aster family. But it doesn't have the ray flowers like a sunflower has that makes it so pretty. It only has the little disc flowers. And then it has these green bracts surrounding it. Well, here along the lane is a new plant that I need to look up. I think this flower is open. I think that's what it's going to look like. And it has these pointy 3-leaflet compound leaves all the way down. And I don't know what it is, but I will look that up. I found a quote by Thoreau. Thoreau said that if in October you have occasion to pass through or along some half-dried pool, these seeds will often adhere to your clothes in surprising numbers. The seeds have these little horns in them that looks like devil's horns, and they stick to you. That's why they're called devil's beggarticks. He continues, it is as if you had unconsciously made your way through the ranks of some countless but invisible Lilliputian army, which in their anger had discharged all their arrows and darts at you, though none of them reached higher than your legs. I was out here taking a picture of these purple morning glories and yellow black-eyed Susans, and there's some pink morning glories over there. And I just happened to look down and see this really cool little patch of something. This is either a moss or a liverwort. I'm going to have to bring in a little piece and look it up. It's very cool though. Another discovery along the lane was this little green plant. At first I thought it would be a moss or a liverwort, but these liverworts don't usually grow in a place like a road. And it seemed like kind of a dry place for even a moss. So I took a bit in to look at it under the zoomy microscope. I noticed that it had two different kinds of leaves. There was like a couple rows of these larger leaves, and then I saw a row of these smaller leaves. I grabbed my Outstanding Mosses and Liverworts book by Susan Munch, and just so happens the very first page that I open it to, there's a picture which shows the Ninum moss right here, which is what I thought it was, growing alongside a lesser club moss. And looking at it under the zoomy microscope, I noticed that the shapes of the leaves and the fact that it did not have this strong midvein in it proved that it might be the lesser club moss. Well, I went in the house and looked at a little bit of this under the microscope, and it is neither a moss or a liverwort. I believe it is a club moss, and I'm going to rescue it because it's right here in the road. And I got out a little pot and put some soil in it, and I'm going to bring it in and see if I can make it grow. Meanwhile, I'll look around in other spots and see if there's some more growing somewhere. But I just thought this was a strange place for it to grow, right here by the road. Wow, I'm not even sure how I noticed this because it is so small. But maybe after a few years of looking at mosses, these little tiny things just catch my eye. So this is an experiment, a Possum Patty experiment. See if we can get this club moss growing. I didn't have much luck propagating the horsetails this spring, but I'm going to try that again next year. So let's see what I can do with this club moss. So thanks for coming along with me today. Happy nature journaling. Bye-bye now.